So martial arts, for me, like getting into jujitsu was like, I think it's another turning point again. So much there, man. Martial arts, I wish we got to know before.
Yeah.
And one of the issue was like, it's not so, when you see from outside, it becomes very difficult, to decide, So
Yeah.
should I go for it? Is it necessary? Maybe you can advise like why it's so important. I felt like, I wish somebody was there to push me for that. And just to go for any martial arts, any one martial arts,
Yeah.
choose anyone.
Yes.
There are so many, there are best ones. There are taekwondo, judo.
Yeah.
There are so much
kickboxing, MMA, and go on.
Take any one
boxing,
of them.
Yep.
And I think someone like you, if says there is a value, than someone like me who is just a baby, baby recently joining it, because I'm still just beginner for this. But someone like you can be a helpful one.
Yeah.
What's your
well,
advice?
all sport has amazing things. We can learn so many things from sports. We can learn discipline. I mean, mind and body are connected to each other. And as much as you understand your body, sports gives us emotional intelligence. Okay. It gives us understanding your body, understanding.
Know yourself more.
Yep. Knowing yourself, knowing your body, how to function it more.
Yeah.
And body follows your emotions and your mind. Got it? And in sports, you do that a lot.
Yeah.
And if you want to perform better, you need to discipline your mind. You need to discipline your emotions.
Yes.
So you train yourself a lot. You train your emotion, you train your focus, you train your discipline, you train your strength, you train your confidence through sports, and especially martial arts. Okay. We basically, during hundreds of years, the nature of, or let's say the value of a man is being a proper warrior. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. As much as you're strong, as much as you're muscular, as much as you're a leader and you're a provider. And how do we learn masculinity? How do we learn to be a proper leader? Yeah. How do we learn being confident? How do we learn that we can protect our family, we can protect ourselves through martial arts, through, and especially as men, we men, we have what we call competition. We want to be strong. It's all about competition. Mm-hmm. Masculinity, actually, it's all about competition and winning and being survival and being goal-oriented and achieving and basically controlling on concording things and go on. And martial art gives you these meanings. And even as being a champion, being going through martial art and competing in different competition, when actually a champion get defeats, once they get defeat, they defeat themselves. What do we mean by defeating themselves? Once they lose control, they lose focus. Once they lose focus, they lose the technique.
Yes.
And then they lose. And I coach even like MMA fighters. Yes. Like I coach like Jesse Taylor, UFC fighter. I coach like even world champions in Muay Thai and kickboxing. Even in Taekwondo, I coached so many fighters. When I realized they lose it, once they lose their emotions. Okay. Once you get angry in the arena or in the cage or in the ring, once you get emotional, you will lose it. Okay. And that's why, for example, in MMA, why do they keep, facing each other and looking at each other's eye? Why do they do that? Because you understand a lot from a person's eye. Okay.
Yeah.
Understand a lot in the first. Yes. So the fighters, they face each other and look at each other's eyes because there's lots of emotion. You can understand other people's emotion through their eye contact. Yeah. So you understand a lot. Actually, they defeat each other from the look. Okay. And the power comes from the look. So there's this energy just pops in the whole body. Yeah. They feel in it. And here the power comes out. So men has these things toward us, as much as you have this masculinity, and as much as you become a stronger person, as much as you become a better leader, as much as you become a provider, as much as to become provider, you need to become successful. To become successful, you need to become smart. You need to understand yourself, control yourself. You know how to influence other people and go on. And we can learn these meanings from martial arts, okay? By focusing, discipline. I mean, knowing how to punch is different than using the punch in a fight, okay? Yeah. By practicing and disciplining and using it in different contexts and controlling. There is a terminology called kinesthetic awareness, which is how can you manifest that movement or that performance in your brain, and then you can do it in the ring. So all of these things, oral, mental, visualizing, all of these things are great skills, and we can learn it from martial arts. So that's why, as much as you learn these things, as much as you can use it in life. Okay, it starts using it with yourself, and then using it with your opponent, and then you can take this in your different contexts in life and school and go on. As much as and that's why I advise children to go through martial arts and learn confidence and discipline and go on. I mean, let me share my experience. So once I was 18 years or 17 years old, they told me in school, they told me your grades are down or low. And if you want to make it to university, you need to hire your grade. And then you have to study hard. And okay, fine. Nobody taught us how to study. They tell us to study hard, but nobody taught us how to study. Okay. So I was confused. How can I study hard? So I sat down with myself. I said, hey, I'm good in martial arts. How did I become good in martial arts? So number one, I love martial art. I like martial arts. So that's why I'm passionate about it. So that's why. Number two, I was training until I got tired. Okay. So that's some very important things. So if I want to be good in school, I have to like the subject. Okay, that's number one. So I was trying my best to like the subject. Okay. And number two, I need to study hard until I get tired, until I get headache. Okay. And number three, I used to train with my friends outside. Okay, I need to go and study outside with my friends. Okay. Number four, I used to focus. I used to sit down and focus on my instructor, on my sensei, the trainer, how he moves and how he does the movement. And I was sitting down and absorbing how to do. The same thing I need to do in school. I used to sit backside. Okay. As a naughty student, I shifted to the front side. And I was absorbing just what the teacher used to do. And listening and trying to focus with him. And I practiced these things and I got good marks. So that was, and I became actually the first
program maker from the young age. Yeah.
I became the first actually in the classroom, not in the school, in the classroom. My grades was like, boof, because of these I learned from martial arts. So again, there are lots of amazing things that you can learn in martial art. Discipline, focus, controlling your emotion, respect. Okay. Yeah. All of these things, tolerance, achieving, because sports is all about achieving, performing better. Okay. All of these things we can learn from, different martial arts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When you were saying, looking into the eyes of somebody,
yeah,
I remember, some of my friends, I wanted them to, get introduced to you.
Okay.
And, those were like creatives. As usual, I had tough time getting creatives to you, right?
Okay.
Those guys were like, don't take me to, Loy. I said, why? Because he is NLP trainer.
Okay.
If you talk to him, he gets to know what is like he's telling a lie or he's telling truth. He can tell you on spot. So it's no use going to him. Yani. So it's like, I remember, and whenever you talk about these things, like, yeah, I remember that story, and it's why they get scared, because I think they themselves know that they are liars, and
Yeah, exactly.
This is one of the skills for the NLP trainer,
Yeah, I definitely understand liars.
You do it, right?
Yeah, I definitely understand a person who's not confident.
It's like a magical stuff,
Yeah, he's a liar. He's not confident, so I can deduct.
No, it's like judging, right?
But
this is something kind of you judge, right? But how do you really get to know this?
Again, it's part of emotional intelligence. It's about analyzing
body language,
body language, and go on. And
eyes, watching in the eyes,
and physio. And there is difference between body language and physiology. You can act your body language. Okay. For example, in India,
actors.
this is yes. In Bahrain, this is no. Okay. So you can act body language.
Even like this is no in India. Yes or no? We don't know.
Yeah. In the state, this is yes. Okay. But if you go to Italy and you do this, they might hit you. Okay. It says, okay.
Really?
So, but physiology is more deeper. Physiology is your emotions. Okay. Your feelings. And it's explanation of your feelings on your body. And you can sense that energy. You can understand these energy. You can understand this energy. You can study physiology and understand what's going on into people's mind and feelings and emotion. And one of the great people who did this, which is Stanislavski, he's actually they teach Stanislavski's methodology in Hollywood. He teaches acting skills. So he says it's not about acting the script, it's about living and feeling the script. Okay. So it's all about feeling, and then those feelings so you can understand, as much as you practice these, as much as you absorb these in people. I train leaders, I train trainers, speakers who influence. And one of my job is to be sure that they have confidence, to be sure that from their weak personality to become strong personality, to be sure from negativity to become positive, to be a normal person, to be a strong leader who can influence, to be from a normal person to a successful business person. So one of these things are emotions. They need to work from their emotions so I can absorb what's going on. And even I do worse. I even, try to play with their emotion, and they have to control it. Okay.
So you're dangerous.
One of the
Dr. Loay.
Yes.